live with another episode of Sawdust Talk. Is that the same energy that I always have? I don't know, but we're gonna try it again, and we'll see if we can't get everybody in here this time. Hey yo. Hope you guys are having a. Let's see here. Oh, got you guys. Boom. We'll see if anybody joins. Maybe, sort of. Does my TJ, you're back. All right,
Hey, don't
that's a
mind me.
step.
I'm just over here polishing my wood. See, here's the backside of it. Ooh, she pretty.
I love the shape of that, man.
She
That
pretty.
looks really cool. Brayden, are you gonna join? Can I get you to join?
He might.
Anybody, somebody. Instagram, work. Come on, now you're killing me.
I believe in you, and I
Man,
kind of believe in Instagram. Kind
I
of.
keep hitting accept on all these invites, and no one is joining. Oh man, look at that blue check mark guy.
Whoa, we got a verified person in the chat.
Right. What the
There
heck?
we go.
Does anybody want to join? Oh, Little Bug is unable to join. Cool.
Well, whatever my invitation was, it's expired, so we might just have to go. Ooh, oh, hey.
Let's see if I can go this way. Oh,
I was worried for a second that one wasn't going to work.
I
And I
mean,
was going to be the odd
I
man
keep
out.
accepting you, and I keep inviting you, and
I
maybe
accept you as well. One of us. One of
let's
us. We
see.
accept
One
you.
of
One
us.
of us. Gobble
Did you
google,
keep
gobble google.
did you keep accepting too? Because apparently Justin doesn't like us. Justin, why don't you like us?
I mean, it's
Just
my fault
love
somehow.
us.
Ah,
Somehow this is my
please.
fault.
I'll take the blame. Oh, he is unable to join. Okay, cool.
Well, do we want to try one more time for good luck? And let's see if maybe like having me be the last to join makes a difference.
Sure. Justin, I see your request, man, and I'm accepting your request, but nothing's happening. Um, hmm, that's cool. Can I just like invite? Oh, I already invited you. Why did that happen?
Well, what happened was, here, I'll drop out and then come back.
Hold on. Yeah, let's see if we can. I don't know, man. This is weird. Oh, TJ, you're gone? Okay. Hmm, 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 hmm.
Justin, just in the chat, put your personal cell number, and I'll call you on my other phone, and then I'll just relay it.
Instagram is absolutely drunk. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, you're unable to join for some reason. That's cool. I don't know why this is happening. Let's see here. Uh, okay. Does this work? I tried a different method. I don't know. I don't know. I hate this. Stupid. Everything I do. I tried like four different things to get him to join. Oh, somebody's here. Oh,
Oh,
what the
oh, oh!
flipping A?
Look at this.
You're
This is special.
a wizard, Harry.
Why did that take so long? I was hitting this. I hit the same button every time.
What's up, guys?
It was me. I had to leave and come back.
That was the magic that worked.
All right, so
Justin,
I was trying to join on my computer, and that wasn't working.
It doesn't
So
work.
I was trying to use the cell phone, and the cell phone wasn't working. So I had to close all my apps and reopen Instagram. So that might have done it.
I blame
Yeah,
Instagram.
to the best of my knowledge, I don't know if we can go live on laptops yet.
Oh, well, there's that. All right.
Maybe that was the issue. I don't know. But anyways, get started now that we have everybody. This is an awesome episode of Sawdust Talk. Appreciate you all being here, and apologize for the delay. I'm Calvary. I'm one of your hosts tonight, and I'll pass it over to Braden, who's over there for me tonight.
I'm Braden with a little bug woodworking, and I just wing it, and a lot of the stuff happens to have wood involved with it. So I'll give it to TJ.
Hi, I'm TJ. I have the messiest shop of everybody on this chat. And oh, buddy. Normally, most of my time is spent making great big bowls like this, which are now oily, and I don't want it sitting on my lap. But yeah, this is a family show. This is a family show tonight, and I'm not hosting, so I get to have a sense of humor tonight. But yeah, I'm based out of St. Louis. I'm TJT Workshop, and I am stoked to be here tonight. I'm also going to go put this greasy bowl down. So.
TJ, it's been a while since we've been on the same show together, so I'm excited to have you on in. And without further ado, Justin, thank you for being here. Toss it over to you, man. Introduce yourself to the 13 people that are watching.
Yes, that's 13 more friends I have. Awesome. All right, I'm Justin. I live in, I'm out of, where am I at? I'm in South Carolina. So it's really late for me right now. It's 11:10. I'm tired. But, so between my battles with, I'd say, being a squirrel and seeing everything shiny, I try to do woodworking and cabinetry, between all that. So, yeah, what else? I don't have any greasy bowls. Sorry, TJ.
Sorry.
I did finish a charcuterie board earlier today, so I still got all that crap on me, so that's fun. But yeah,
we appreciate you staying up late for us and hanging out, man.
Absolutely, nothing the best for you people.
Oh, you're so sweet.
That's way too kind.
Well, me and Braden went to we tried to go to a Waffle House a while back, and that didn't work out well. So
I think that worked out better than it possibly could have had we even gotten to
I
the
agree.
Waffle House.
I agree.
That's one of my favorite stories from Workbench Con is that first night trying to get to Waffle House.
Yeah, it was quite an
Was there a fist fight in your Waffle House that evening?
No, but there was one that was could have happened on the way back, and that'll be something for off the air.
Oh, man, that is awesome. I want to be roped into this conversation. I love a good Waffle House squabble.
I mean,
Now, go ahead.
Oh, we had we had Braden and Dan Dunlap's charming personalities to get us into the door of where'd we go? What was that?
Steak and Shake.
Yes, Steak and Shake. They were quite lovely people, and they were happy to help us. It was awesome.
Were you wishing that you had anti-slip shoes in the Steak and Shake?
No, they had mopped everything up. Everything was great.
Oh, well,
that
means you were at a good Steak and Shake.
Yeah, well, apparently we were there after hours. They weren't supposed to let us in.
Yeah,
But, and then I loved it even more because Dan paid for my burger, so I'm really happy about that.
Free burgers taste better than paid burgers any day of the week.
Very much so. Very much so.
We definitely bribed our way into that restaurant. They had to unlock the doors to let us in, so.
That's kind of amazing. The real question is, did you guys get shakes?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think we did. Yeah.
We basically walked up and told them, make whatever you want for all of us. And there was like 8 of us. And we're just like, make whatever you want and whatever shakes you want. We don't care. Thank you for being open.
Very much so.
That's awesome.
Well, the first thing was, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and Waffle House was closed for some reason. And
was there a hurricane?
No, renovations.
Renovations. And they said they were going to open up at 2 o'clock, but they didn't specify AM or PM. Obviously, it wasn't AM because we were there and nobody else was. So we walked up to Steak and Shake, and we walked up there from the hotel. So we didn't have a vehicle, and the drive-through was the only thing open. and apparently we can't order without a vehicle. And so somehow we talked ourselves into getting inside. So I don't know. It was all, and then we came back to the hotel and talked for another 2 hours after that. It feels like, but
Oh my
that's
gosh.
what Workbench Con is. So that was all new experiences for me. So it was fun
That's
times all
cool.
around.
Yeah,
Just said he
I
was
think
watching you guys get turned away at Waffle House.
we're we're pretty sure that they just saw an opportunity for some harmless entertainment because we were all a little lubricated.
Well, I'm sure
Some
that was
more
fun.
than others.
That's awesome. Well, I appreciate the sidetrack in Workbench Con talk. We'll definitely have to get into that more here at some point. And if anybody else has questions, feel free to throw them down in the question box, and we'll get to those here in a little bit. But
Yeah.
Justin, tell me about a little bit about how you got into woodworking, what you started with, and kind of how long you've been doing it, where you've kind of taken it. Tell me a little bit about your journey here.
All right. Well, when I grew up poor, and my parents had told me I had to make my own shoes, so I started. No, I'm just playing. Um,
What?
Actually, I
Your own
did.
shoes?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. They're still tiny. I didn't finish them, but that's the par for woodworker. You don't finish stuff, but it's all right. um, Woodworking. So I always liked working with my hands. I was very good at it. I grew up in construction. My dad's a contractor, so I worked for him for 15 plus years. I worked for an engineering firm for a little bit. I finally got tired of being inside at a desk, and it wasn't working out for either one of us. So we decided to part ways, and I started my own deal. So I still help my dad doing bigger stuff, and I focus more on the finer details of cabinetry and all sorts of things.
That's awesome.
So that's the gist of me, at least work wise. So
Sounds good. So are
So
you a full-time or part-time? Sorry, DJ.
yes, I am full time. As I struggled through that intro that I sent you, one man shop.
That's awesome.
I will have to say, if you look on my phone, there's like 15 other tries of doing that intro. So you're welcome.
and we
We've all
got the
been there.
best one,
I was gonna
obviously.
say, did we get the best one or the worst one?
You got the one where I finished. So there you go.
Fair
I
enough.
get it. Hey, that's like everything in the shop, right? Half finished, it'll be fine. It'll be good.
It's
It's all
finished.
right.
That's what she said.
All right. So when you're making cabinets, right, is a majority of your work done on site in the customer's home, or do you guys manufacture on location and then install later?
So most of what I try to do is here at the shop. So I have a shop on my property, and right now I'm working out of about a 25 by 30 space, and if I'm being honest, I only use about half of it because the other half is full of crap. So
You got to
I'm
park your
I'm
bass
current.
boat somewhere, right?
I don't fish. I wish I did fish though, but it's just full of stuff that I've been procrastinating on, and I'm in a constant state of trying to get the shop done. So who knows? I might start a YouTube channel. I feel very enthusiastic after going to Workbench Con, so we'll see.
Oh yeah, that's cool, man.
So I get like 3 followers. So there's 1, 2, 3 right there.
Totally counts, man.
They're all here.
So
Brady, man, over to you.
I'm gonna stick with what I know, Workbench Con. So this was your first time going, right?
it was,
What
yes.
how did you find out about it? How did you get dragged into that nonsense, and how did you drag your way through that entire experience?
Well, I convinced my wife that it was something I should do for my business. So that's how I got to go. And she was very obliging. Um, as far as hearing about it. So I am recently new into the whole Instagram maker community. Uh, I've been on Instagram for many years, but I've never really posted anything. I never searched out, other makers or other people that do what I do until I think I just went down a YouTube rabbit hole, and they started talking about it, and somehow I'm here now. So I don't know if that was the red pill or blue pill, but I took one of them. So I'm down in the rabbit hole. And I'm sure some kind of either Instagram show, maybe y'all's, I'm not sure, but I heard about Workbench Con, so I was like, well, let me look into this, and I was like, well, let's go check it out. So, actually, matter of fact, I think it was either Dan. It was another Woodshop podcast, I think, is where I heard it first. Dan or Mike or Pete, they were talking about it.
That's a good.
Did
So I was like,
sure.
Did you
What
use
is
code
this?
AWP to save $50 off your ticket to WordPress.com?
I did not actually, because I got it way before that was available. So I was in the early bird special where I saved like a whole $100 off.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, yeah. And then like it was up to like 3 weeks before. So I got the ticket. I went ahead and rented a room, and at the hotel, and I was like, well, hopefully I'll be able to find somebody. And it was like a month before I could find my buddy Ryan over at Another Piece of Wood. So we roomed together and saved some money, and the rest is history, I guess.
That's awesome.
That-
So let's talk a little bit about Workbench Con, and what were your favorite parts of it? Like, do you recommend people go into it? What's your experience there?
So for me, I really didn't know what to expect, or I didn't have any goals as far as this is the things that I plan on getting out of Workbench Con. One, I was brand new to it and brand new to the whole IG community stuff. So I was really kind of keeping an open mind about the things. I personally have not looked a whole lot into being a content creator or influencer, because as running my full-time business, I got that. I got my wife, my 2 kids. I mean, all that takes up a lot more majority of my time versus having to post every day and keep like some kind of schedule on something that's not paying me. So I kind of not given it a whole lot of effort. I am trying to do a little more now, and I've learned a little bit when I was at Workbench Con. I still kind of see Workbench Con as a place I can see my friends. So now I have friends now, so that's fun. So yeah, I mean, I already have my ticket for next year, so I'll be there next year.
That's awesome. Braden, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off either. I don't know if you had a follow-up there.
Oh, no, I was just going to tell him that he lucked out because Ryan and I had been talking about splitting our room, and then literally, like, timing-wise, everything worked out, so, but.
That's awesome.
Oh man, you mean I could have shared a room with Dan?
I'm going to be honest, if that had happened, you and Ryan would have come out behind. Dan and I have contests on who can snore louder, and neither one of us, technically we die several times every single night, so.
I agree with that. I resemble that remark as well. I don't know. Ryan never told me that he had any problems. He always went to bed early. I didn't stroll in till like 3 a.m. because we were always downstairs at the bar. So I'm too busy flapping my jaw, and he's upstairs sleeping. So I'm like, I just sneak in and crawl into bed. It was fun though.
Yeah.
So did you attend any seminars, lectures, or presentations while you were partying at Workbench Con?
Yes, and I wouldn't call it partying. I was networking.
Ah, you were networking, right.
I was networking.
You were just really thirsty the whole weekend.
I am usually pretty thirsty. But yeah, I attended everyone I could get a hold of. I was a little not mad or anything, but it's like, man, you can't do every single one, and that was a little bit irritating considering what you paid for. It's like at least I personally I feel like I should have some kind of access to every class, whether it be later online or you know I don't know how they would do that, but yeah, let's see. Do you want me to like list them out if I can remember that?
Or
Is that
the
what you
most
wanted to know?
memorable ones. How about that?
The most memorable ones. Let's see. I did like John C. Oh man, I can't pronounce the name. Lincoln Street. Lincoln Street and Cam. Theirs was pretty good. I went and saw Brad Rodriguez's presentation. That was good. Let's see, Keith and Jason. You know, even though I have Android, and apparently having an Android, I can't do anything with it. But according to all those iPhone users, I haven't drinking that Kool-Aid yet. iPhone pissed me off, so I'm never going back to them. That's my grudge. I choose to hold. It's okay.
You're in good company with me, bud. I'm not doing an iPhone.
Yeah, so you know, they're Jason and Keith. They're oh man, I'm drawing a blank. Their class was about you can do everything with your phone, so I thought that was interesting. I really, matter of fact, I really enjoyed Joe. Oh man, he had a giant beard. Joe Makes or something. Anyway, he does videography. So he had a very informative class on, and it was really good. Yeah, I see Matt Voltner in here. We actually did one of his podcasts there that weekend, so that was really fun.
So I saw you bounced around, like every time I turned around, you were talking to somebody else. I mean, you were a social butterfly. Was there anybody that stood out that you met, or anybody that you were like really excited to meet when you got there?
I mean, other than you?
Obviously, other than me. Like, who was your second favorite person you met?
All right. Well, I guess the biggest three for me were Mike, Dan, and Pete. You know, because that I found another woodshop podcast first before I started going into this whole community. So I'm like, you know, I was like, oh, these guys are awesome, and then I meet them. So
Let down.
I'm just
Complete
playing.
and total disappointment.
They're all good. They're all good. And then I met the guys from was it not Shop Nation. Who's Josh and Nick and Nap? What's theirs called? I don't remember. I just listened to it. Anyway, don't worry about it.
Another woodshop podcast.
Another woodshop podcast.
A different
Sound
of podcasts in a woodshop.
Sawdust Nation.
That's it. That might be it. That's
That's
it.
the real answer.
That's it. Thanks,
That is
Joey.
the actual.
Hey, Matt. Thanks. Y'all are awesome. Let's see what else. I got to meet Sedge, so that felt really good because he's a pretty cool guy, and me trying to run a cabinet shop, and he's already done that, you know, back in the day. So that was cool.
All right. right, so let's talk about, you talked a little bit about your like kind of starting to do a little bit more content creation and kind of you know, that aspect of your business, right? What kind of tips did you take away from Workbench Con, or have you kind of learned over the past little bit that you found helpful in kind of or that has worked for you, I guess?
So I still haven't put it totally into practice, but for me, I tend to get, I analyze too much, thus paralyzing myself from doing anything at all. So my mindset is just go ahead and just do something, start putting something out. You know, it's not going to be awesome. It's not going to bomb. So just start doing something. So that's kind of my main thing that I got out of that.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I definitely feel like, you know, the more you post, the better you get, right? So, I mean, even if it's a bad one, you're like, okay, I know that was bad. I know it wasn't going to perform as well, right? And then just kind of do it a little bit better next time. So, um,
Well,
yeah,
it's
Of course, I don't have a blue check mark right now, so I don't even know if it's anything's going to see anybody.
not
you got
like
to
you
pay
get
for that now,
negative views. So
right? I mean, at least somebody's watching it.
That's true. That's true.
TJ?
So is the cutting board side hustle something that you are finding clients and putting boards into people's hands, or is this just something that's bringing you joy?
No and no.
Oh, so you
Uh,
dislike making cutting boards.
so
And
I mean, I don't mind doing it. I just don't. I haven't really pursued that avenue as far as going out and looking for clients specifically for that. So whenever I do get one, it's like a one-off, right? So it's not like I'm batching these things out yet. You know, I'm not Jenny or Davis. So um, and so I'm not making thousands of cutting boards or charcuterie boards. It's fun. I like doing it. But I I probably should get a few more agents, or because I've done it for several real estate agents mostly. That's so you know, customize the front and throw their name on the back and get a few bucks for it.
Absolutely. That's a good way to go about it. Getting those real estate agents. Market's hot right now, apparently, or at least it is around here. I feel like houses are flying off the market. So,
Well, there's still such a small inventory of homes. Over the last, I'd say at least 10 plus years, we have, as contractors, underbuilt in most areas of the nation. So it's still, there's still a lot more people wanting houses than what's for sale.
for sure. Britton, I think it's over to you, man.
well, I want to really get like deep into the economics of the housing crisis here. Like, let's really dive into that. No, so
Let me get my
mostly
hold on. Where's my whiteboard at?
let's get into, and from there we'll go with like trickle down economics. No, so you do a lot of cabinets, correct?
Yeah, so I do cabinets, built-ins, closets, that sort of thing. I would love to do more furniture stuff, but that's just hasn't something that hasn't been asked by my clients yet.
So, as somebody that basically makes every cabinet different every single time, because I don't do a lot of them, what is the best way to build a cabinet box? Like, what is it? Rabbits? Is it dados? Is it glue and nails? What is it? I need the secret, man.
So
We all
the
do.
secret the secret is dominoes. I'm just playing. I actually use a few dominoes every once in a while to line everything up, but lately I've been using just glues and screw and pocket holes, and I'm trying to streamline it because I have in the past, up until, like I said, recently, used a lot of rabbits and that sort of thing. And I don't like setting up the dado blade because it takes a long time. So I just run, a router bit and the track track rail thing. So I try not to mess up too much, but that's what caulk's for, right?
Close enough for cock, right?
That's what she said.
Said she.
But
Kyle, we're so mature. We're so mature.
you're
I
welcome, sir.
appreciate all of you so much.
What's the saying? Cock makes what a carpenter ain't.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Caulk and paint.
Mm-hmm.
Caulk and paint makes what a carpenter ain't.
Mm-hmm.
I'm from the South, so that's the actual vernacular right there.
All right. So besides cabinets, like, I want to know a little bit more about how you go about making these cabinets, but what are your favorite things to make outside of all of that? Like, if you had one thing that you like wanted to make for fun or enjoyment, what kind of projects are you working on?
It's also cabinet.
Whatever my wife wants. My wife has a long list, and it is a cliche for a reason that the carpenter's house is not done, just like the cobbler's kids don't have shoes. The house is always the last thing to get anything done. So I have no shortage of things to do if I run out of client work.
Nice. That's awesome.
But currently, right now, if I had all my work kind of caught up, I think I'd be working on the actual shop, getting everything organized and situated with that. One of the biggest things personally that I need to do better than I am now would be to be working on my business instead of in my business. Because basically, with a one-man show, I just own a job, which is fine. It's better than, working for somebody else, I guess. I'm a little more flexible. Sometimes my boss is a hole, but it's okay. It's, but it's
Nice.
fun. I'm able to take my oldest son to school, and then when I get back, for me, I do my quiet times, read the Bible, sort of stuff, and then I get to jump in the shop and do some work. So it's really
Awesome.
cool. And
I mean, that
and
sounds like a really pleasant pace, to be completely honest. Like, if you're getting it done and you're growing things the way that you feel you're okay with, that's awesome.
yeah, it is. And for me, I'm able to do this because over the last, I'd say about a couple of years ago, me and my wife, we decided to go ahead and I don't know if you know who Dave Ramsey is, but we followed his stuff to get out of debt. Unfortunately, with my wife's medical stuff last 2 years, we have a little bit of that stuff happening, but we'll take care of that soon enough. But because of the fact that we didn't have any other debt, we didn't have to live on much, so I was able to start this up with no debt and just, as he would say, growing at the speed of cash.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm doing.
That's awesome. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. No, Dave Ramsey and his envelopes is a thing, man. That's the game.
Absolutely. Hey, if I figured I would take some financial advice from somebody that's worth several $100 million. So
Yeah.
Not a bad way to start. So
Okay, so let's play a pretend game. Okay.
yes,
Your shop
purple.
is completed. It is filled with any tool that you could ever want, as if you could just rub a magic lamp and it would magically appear. Okay. What is the first project that you do in your now essentially flawless and perfectly stocked shop?
The First project. Now, is this a client project
It can
or?
be whatever you want, man. That's the best part is that it's a fantasy make believe game.
I know I feel like I'm kind of simple because I like boxes, but I mean it actually, it'd probably be my new kitchen.
Great.
That's awesome.
Me and my family, we live in my grandparents' house. So I have a lot of remodeling to do here. So that would be the first thing, excuse me, is just to redo the kitchen.
That's awesome.
And I would do that on my new 5x10 Phantom.
There you go.
There's that.
So that's a dream tool of yours, it sounds like, or do you
Yes.
actually have the Phantom?
Yeah. Well, no, I don't have the Phantom yet. No, remember cash. I deal with cash. So
Just check it.
That's a lot full envelopes, man.
yes, it is. Yes, it is. A few extra coffee cans as well. But yeah, that's one of the big tool things for me would be a giant CNC, so I can run cabinets and stuff, and flatten slabs and that sort of thing.
That'd be sick.
So yeah, anything for my house, furniture wise, cabinet wise, that's what I would probably do my first job.
That's awesome.
I'm deeply disappointed that your answer wasn't a walnut and maple with purple heart inlay face grain cutting board. Just something real basic.
I figured I'd leave the extra to you, sir.
So I on to go off of TJ's question, I want to know not what your dream tool is, but like what is that next tool look like for you in your shop? Actually,
Oh man.
or what are you kind of eyeing up this year, next year, or hoping to get here soon?
All right, so fortunately, I probably threw a little extra into the tax account, so I didn't have to. I still got some left over from what I had to pay this last season, so I'll probably be getting like the Makita 12-inch slider because I have the DeWalt, but I really want that slider on the front, so I won't take up so much space exactly because I want to put a whole miter station against one wall of the shop, so that'll save me a good foot or so at least from my DeWalt. So practically speaking, that would be the first tool that I get, and then the next thing is going to be either some kind of higher end finishing thing like a turbine or something, or I really am looking at the higher end, like a sander and extraction, dust extraction thing. Because man, I'm just in there soaking all that fine dust up. It gets caught right here, so it's okay.
Yeah, that's why you keep that cookie duster on your top lip there, right? That filters out the large. There you go.
Just like that.
That's
You can dig
fantastic,
it, man.
No,
So
I can get behind that front slider. Like, oh my God, I had the DeWalt too for a long time, and it took up so much room. It's nice. It's a good saw, but like, it's a terrible design.
Yeah.
Kyle, your HPT has front sliders, right?
Yeah, I really like it. It's nice, and it's takes up so much less room.
Mm-hmm. See, I'll still keep the DeWalt, and I can use that on the job site. You know what I mean? I can take that, throw in the trailer, and go from there. I mean, I like the Festool one, but the Makita at half the price. I mean, with so many other things I could use my money on right now, I'll have to go with that.
Yeah. Kids in their mouths and having to put food in them all the time. I mean, come on.
Yeah, well, I've
always
got
so
at least.
hungry.
Well, that's what they tell you until you fix them something green, and then they're like, I can't eat this.
I don't
That's
want to talk
true.
about this. My kid went on a hunger strike tonight. I don't want to hear any of this right now.
The funny thing is that they're not going to die, so uh, you'll be fine. How old are your kids? Or
Oh,
kid?
my daughter's 4.5.
Okay, gotcha. I got a
Yeah.
12 and 8-year-old.
Does it get easier at any point?
Absolutely not.
God, I need somebody to lie to me about this stuff.
I will tell you what. I'll tell you what. My 12-year-old, it has gotten easier for us. I think so. Last summer, when they're out of school, is the first time we tried to leave them at home, and they were still alive when we got back. So that's a win.
Yes.
That's a win, and that means me and my wife can go on a date night and not worry about them. Plus, so I live kind of like on a compound kind of deal, like a family land. So like my folks are right next door to me. So their grandparents are right down the hill. So it's not like they're all by themselves. You know what I mean?
Right.
In case there's any DSS people out there, we take care of them very well. Thank you.
Yeah. I was going to say, you're not wearing an orange jumpsuit. This is a perfectly fine conversation.
It's all
Absolutely.
good.
Yeah, coming to you live from the Pokey. We're all going to learn how to make a shiv with a toothbrush, a 25-cent pack of gum, and a rubber band.
Man, you got some money in there, don't you?
Yeah.
Poor Kyle. I'm so sorry, buddy. I told you I try not to bring your reputation down too much, but I made no guarantees.
It's fine. It's all good. It's
This
been
is
fun.
this is the risk that he takes starting a podcast that's live every single time.
Mm-hmm.
It just is what it is, right? You get what you get, and that's what makes it fun, right? Every week you always get something special, and yeah, that I love you guys. And also, I mean, it's really just it's an awesome way to kind of learn more about people and just get them out there in the public. So it's fun. Yeah. So you talked a little bit about Makita, DeWalt. What are your kind of go-to tools in the shop? What kind of brands do you kind of lean on and like trust, I guess?
Let's see. I've always used DeWalt because growing up in construction, that's what I've had. I don't really think myself as a brand loyalist. You got something in there, TJ? Some dust in
Yeah,
there?
I got several somethings in there. We got some little buggy bugs, so.
Oh well, it's just protein. You good? You good, man?
Well, trust me, I mean, like, normally my standards are pretty low. If it was like one or two, I'd drink around them, but there's like 6 or 7. And
So that's just one gulp. You're fine.
yeah, but like the cutoff was 2.
Oh,
And
well.
I already had to jump off camera to squish a spider tonight. So, like, we're having a buggy kind of afternoon right now.
Come on, TJ.
Shouldn't have.
It's what the viewers want. You got to give
It's
them
what
what
the viewers want.
Yes, all 11 of them.
I said I'll drink around them. I'm not drinking them.
I appreciate you
so
so much, TJ.
Oh, freaking lathe guys.
Dude,
Like,
okay, so like I don't remember exactly where I was, but I might have been given a presentation to the Woodworkers Guild in St. Louis. But I kind of realized that like wood turning is like the luge of woodworking, right? Like it's really cool, but like you want to talk about like being a very specific place to be like pretty good at something. It's like, yeah, they're Olympic athletes, right? They compete at the worldwide level, but it's like the luge. I don't know.
Every time you talk about turning, I just go back to that scene from Zoolander when they meet the hand model guy. Like, us hand models, we're a different breed.
Mm-hmm. You and your plebeian square pieces of wood and your engineer's squares and your architect's squares.
So I know Braden has a full-time job, but Kyle and TJ, do y'all have a day job?
I got 2.
Okay.
Yeah, so by day,
Hey,
I'm a financial advisor or a stockbroker,
okay.
but ethically quite pure as far as that position goes. And then by night, I own a brewery here in St. Louis with a couple of other guys called Blue Wood Brewing.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah,
I thought for sure you were going to say, I'm Batman.
I thought that was
it's
the only
all a front for my middle of the night vigilante in costume. I'm not Batman though. I'm Botman. Slightly different hat, but like the idea stands.
pretty close. Yeah, I get it.
All right.
In me, yeah, I have a full-time job. I actually help run a machine shop that my family owns. So we've got
Nice.
CNCs, lathes, and all that fun stuff, but it's more metalworking and not woodworking, which is strangely familiar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but see, he gets to get excited about lathes, which makes it a perfectly fine job.
I don't get excited. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna put this in the lathe.
Yeah, but you also get to use the word bar feeder, I think. Do you guys have bar feeders? Which, if you say it really, really fast, it sounds like somebody who's eating something gross. And that always makes me giggle because I can't not talk about bar feeders.
No, we don't have those. But that's that's
This is so
something.
off track.
I appreciate you guys.
We're
That's all I
talking
can say.
about working in a workshop.
We all have to have other things that we do, right? Full time, or at least make money one way or another, right?
I have a point of
Yes.
order also.
Okay, point of order.
I cannot see any of the icons underneath the comment bar again this week. So if there are questions that we need to tackle, we are in the last 10 minutes of the show. And as such, I will unfortunately not be able to participate in the reading and or asking of the questions.
We do have a
I've,
couple questions.
I've got
Cool.
the
I
questions.
don't see it either. So
I've got the questions, and then I'm holding a question in reserve. I want to come back to, but all right. Veterans Own Woodworks has asked, "When's the last time you shaved your glorious beard?" Glorious was inserted by me. I feel like it was implied.
okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, so I don't think I've shaved since I was like 23.
My wife
So I
really.
So that
just
was like 2 years ago?
like fully
24 now.
shaved. Um,
Like
so
totally shaved.
yeah, I have never totally shaved.
Nice.
I do a lot of scaping, but thanks there, Braden.
Oh, you guys are unreal.
So I've had this beard on for probably, let's see, my little girl is 8, and I started it right about there. So about 8, 9 years, I've had this growing. It took me a while to hit that puberty, I think. So it was like in my early 20s that I started looking like Braden, finally getting something there. So once I started growing it, I never stopped. I was like,
I'm still hoping
my
to
wife,
reach that mark.
hey, you'll get there, man. It's only a matter of time. You good?
I just like
I think
the
I
idea of
shaved
knowing.
last week for the show, and this is it. Like, I'm pretty stoked for puberty as well. Like maybe size 10 shoes. Look out, kids.
Watch
right?
out.
Gonna be
I like knowing
five
that
foot 9. Yeah, hit my growth spurt finally.
I like knowing that
Okay.
he's got some beard that's never seen, like, has seen the world pre-pandemic. He's got like pre-pandemic beard and like post-pandemic beard,
Yeah, right about there.
like rings on a tree.
That's right. That's right. It's like you gotta see. Yeah, look. Turn it back.
All right, so we got one more question here from Lincoln Woodworks, and I think it's a really interesting question, right? Do you have different styles of cabinets, or do you stick with kind of a particular design, and kind of what's your kind of go-to?
So here in the South, they don't know what frameless cabinets look like. So most of everything that I do is face frame.
Okay.
So I mean, as far as style, uh, doing a lot of shaker style right now. I mean, I do whatever the client wants, and a lot of times I do build-ins and things like that, so it kind of matches what's already in the house. So whatever that is, that's what we do.
Awesome.
Gotcha. And do you guys use a shaper for putting together your doors and hitting your aesthetics, or is it really beefy routers, or what's the deal?
I have a really time-consuming router that is the bane of my existence right now. I just made some doors, and it took me forever to set that up right. So yes, we talked about earlier what tool would I like to have. That would be like 2 shapers, so I can get them set up just right for doors and run through them. But yeah, right now I got some kind of a Akita router, I think. You know those little Bosch tables at Lowe's. I have like 2 of those. So
Nice.
I want to get some of the router lifts and make a thing built into the wall cabinets that I'm building. So hopefully that will happen sometime soon. I don't know. We'll see. I'll get distracted and start something else, so it'll be all right.
He's going to have a Harley at the end of the week, and we're never going to see him again. You know, woodworking. This man's hitting the road.
That requires me to have balance. I think I'm a little too hefty for that, but we'll see.
All right. So as TJ said, we're kind of wrapping up the show here. We only got a couple minutes left, so we'll go around here real quick and ask kind of these final questions. Braden, I think you had a really good one. I think that you're holding on to. So let's hear it.
Yeah. So we talked about a lot of tools and like physically things like stuff in your shop, but you said that you spend a lot of time in your shop and not working on or in your business, not working like on your business. So I'm going to make you work on your business for a second. Where do you see your business going in the next year, 5 years? Like what's your path that you see?
Let's see. So I would say my path is to get my name further more out with actual homeowners and possibly a couple of the high-end builders, so I can start working with them some. I don't necessarily see myself having a bunch of employees. One, everything's on my property, so I don't know if I want that liability. And 2, that is more responsibility. That's a whole other family that I got to take care of, for each employee. And I haven't had the best of luck whenever I use employees, and that's my fault because I need to vet them better. But a lot of times I get family, friends, and stuff that help, and a lot of they're like freshly out of high school or they're towards the end of high school, so they're not really caring about what I want them to do. So that's been a little discouragement for me as far as trying to find actual good employees. So I'm sure I'll be able to find some if I work or look a little harder, but right now it feels like all I'm doing is putting out fires that I create sometimes, but it's all right.
That's fair. All right. So kind of on that business note, I've got a question for you. And TJ, I know you've always closed with a good one, so I'll leave you to last here. But what has been your biggest challenge having kind of your own business, working for yourself, and getting your products out the door?
So for me, my biggest challenge is time management. I am very detail oriented, almost to a fault. Sometimes I race to perfectionism, and I need to learn how to not necessarily deliver a lower quality product, but to understand where my limits are and go ahead and stop there so I can move on. So time management, and like I said earlier, sometimes I feel like a squirrel and I see something shiny. So that happens a lot, especially around my property because there's so much stuff that I could do. So it's like, let me start this. Oh, what's that? Let me start that. So I've got like 10 things going on.
I totally understand that, and it's definitely one of those things that can be a big challenge. So,
All
TJ,
right.
close us
Final
out here.
question is less of a question and more of a request. Normally, when we wrap the show up, and I'm sure you've seen us at least once before, probably while I'm hosting, I like to ask our guest to give us some words of motivation, give us something to get us stoked, you and everyone in the audience this evening, to go kick open the door to our workshops, go grab or hold a tool, go plan or plot something, lay it on us.
All right, so one of my favorite quotes by Henry Ford is, if you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. So what that means is that do not let somebody define what you can do. It's up to you. You have the power and you have the responsibility to do it. Nowadays, in this culture that we have, nobody wants to take responsibility. Everybody wants to blame somebody else. It's your job to go out, kill something, bring it back to the cave. And everyone is fully capable of doing that. So go do it.
I love it. That's perfect.
Yeah, that's a great way to end it, Justin. It's been really fun having you on, man. Braden, TJ, appreciate you guys for helping me host, and appreciate Sawdust, TJ. That's a good
Hey,
touch.
man, I'll sprinkle you out every time I'm on.
Justin, thank you again, man. It's really been a pleasure. So,
Hey, thanks, guys. I appreciate you letting me come on, even though I probably coaxed Ed into letting me do that while we were at Worksman Con. So there's that.
Works for
absolutely.
me,
Well,
man. It was a hoot and a toot.
take care,
We had a
everyone.
fun time. I appreciate it, guys. Thanks so much.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see you guys next week. And with that, we're out.
See you guys.